Hello, footies, and welcome back to Foot in Review. It's our summer special, episode number 5. Foot in Review, team of FC25. If you have ever watched one of our Crete specials, you're in for a treat. He is an international sports star, a man who has his own signature dish at the Ava Mar Hotel. We call him the Human Dyson, the current Foot in Review champion. Let's say hello to my very good friend, Cadyn. Hi, buddy, and welcome to the show.
Thanks very much for that intro, Chris. It was far too kind, far too kind.
You have to tell us why you're called the Human Dyson, mate.
I was going to say, because the minute food hits in front of me, it's gone. It's hoovered.
And what is your signature dish at the Ava Mar Hotel?
Chicken and chips. You can't beat it. You can take the boy out of Scotland. You can't take Scotland out of the boy.
So you were there in May. How many times do you think you ate chicken and chips for your...
Well, I was there for 7 days. It was a conservative 6. I branched out to spaghetti bolognese one night. That was.
Oh, you went Italian, did you? You know what I mean?
That's it. When in Greece, you know.
It's great to have you on, mate. What a laugh we had in Crete, wasn't it? It was absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely. No, it's great to get around the guys that you speak to so often on the Discord and just have a laugh and make real connections.
Oh, definitely. So, people have heard you before. You've done a couple of shows with us, but we always start the same questions. So, where are you from? Please don't tell us your address, though.
Well, I'm glad you said that. No, I'm sure you can guess, but Scotland and home of the mighty Perth St Johnstone.
Well, we have to ask, how is Perth doing? How is St Johnstone doing in the lower leagues at the minute?
We're fire. I wish we got relegated years ago. It's the best time I've had at the football in years.
That's amazing, mate. So when did you first start to play FC or FIFA?
So I used to play FIFA back on the 3DS, actually, back in FIFA 12 days, which obviously is nothing like the Ultimate Team game now. But when I was really FIFA 16 when I started getting into Ultimate Team and playing properly and, thinking about tactics and thinking about how I play. So it's probably about FIFA 16 to be properly playing.
So in terms of, we always ask the question, but can I give away, what team do you support?
Well, Perth St Johnstone, born and bred.
And is that the only team you support then? No second team?
I support no one as much as I support St Johnstone, but I've got a soft spot for Burnley.
Oh, you need to tell us why you support Burnley then. I mean, that's a weird one.
Yeah, so it must have been FIFA 18. Me and my friend Samuel, who's been mentioned on the show numerous times, we actually entered a Burnley FC community football tournament, like on FIFA. So we ended up coming in the final, playing against each other. I ended up winning 3-1, I believe, but that might just be a lie. I might have got beat.
So the thing is, we have to ask you as well as we talk about Crete, is you are a reigning Foot in Review champion, having beat John in the final. Now, you did have every single member of the crowd on your side at that point. And what was it like to play John in the final, firstly?
It's the most stress I've ever had playing FIFA. He's so meticulous in every move he makes. As I say, I think you don't score unless your opponent makes a mistake for 99% of FC. And John makes very few mistakes, if any, over 45 and 90 minutes. So it was a good game, but it shows the level of play that you don't often get with rivals or foot champs or things. So it was good to play against them and test myself.
No problem. So we always ask this question, and people have seen you before though. Which actor would play you in the story of your life?
So I was thinking about this since you messaged me saying, "Cadyn, think of an actor," and I've been racking my brain. I didn't want to just say someone in a wheelchair. I thought that's a played out joke. So I messaged my friend, and he said Will Coulter because he looks like me apparently.
All right, okay, so
I don't.
So everybody knows.
So apparently,
this is I love it when you do these.
He was in the Blade Runner apparently.
All right, okay. Well,
I believe he was also in Bear or The Bear.
Will Poulter, is it?
Aye.
Oh, aye.
I mean, he must be an awfully handsome man.
Extremely handsome. For people who are maybe a wee bit older, he was in the Maze Runner. For people who don't know him, He was one of the guys. I can't remember his name in the Maze Runner. I just watched that recently, which is a really good film as well. And he was in Son of Rambo as well. If anybody doesn't, who knows that film? So Will Poulter. Yeah, we'll go with that then. Why don't we go with that, Cadyn?
That or the Wolf of Wall Street. We a bit of DiCaprio.
Definitely, I can see that one as well. I'll go with you on that one. And so what we do is we always test people to see what type of player they are. So I'm going to give you 3 players. You have to start one, bench them, and quick sell one of them. Okay? They're all the same rating. They're all the same value. So the players in question are Messi, CR7, or Mbappe. So let's start with, who are you going to start in the game?
Mbappe, without a shadow of a doubt. He's the most technically easy player to use. And he is just, if you don't use him from the start out of those 3 options, you've picked the wrong player.
Okay. All right, and then who are you going to start on the bench then? Who's going to be?
It's going to have to be CR7. He's just got that explosiveness to come off the bench and beat defenders. It's my type of player. I love CR7 on every FIFA. So.
And then, so I assume that Lionel's going to be getting quick sold then?
With a heavy heart, he's getting quick sold. I'd love him. Put him on the reserves. Let him do the Timmels. Let him do the water.
Do the water boy. No, so the question is, what kind of player are you? I've seen you play, and you're a very, very good player. But what kind of player do you think you are? What's your style?
I'm probably a bit all guns blazing. I can't take the foot off the gas and play passing football, but I'm more of I like an over the top through ball. I like a wee skill move to try and beat a player on the wing. That's sort of my outscore your opponent. That's probably the best way to put it, rather than out defend them.
Okay, so you're more Ange ball than anything then?
That's it. I was going to say, it was shocking you got a Celtic reference in over one, but yeah.
I mean, I have to keep Delando happy somewhere along the line.
That's it. I'm the original player of Ange ball. That's it. Ange got that from me.
So what we're really saying is, you've played Ange at FIFA, and he's picked up your tactics and went, you know what?
That's it. I was playing him back in FIFA 16. He went, you know what? That'll just work.
Brilliant, mate. So we've invited you on the show tonight to talk about a player that matters to you, and you've drawn the left back position. And there is some real strong left backs in this game, but you've went for a recent fans' favourite, I would say. I'll let you tell us who the player is first.
So it is probably a fan's favourite. It's a wee bit meta, but it's not so meta. I didn't want to go for a Theo Hernandez or something like that, so I've picked Foot Birthday Basher.
Right. Okay. So first of all, why did she pip the rest of them then?
So I think, well, at that time, I still hadn't packed anything brilliant in the game that would sort of go straight in your team. There was a couple of good players there, but nothing outstanding. And then she came out a 7.5k preview pack and sort of changed my team. And I've used the last 2 FIFAs now, and she's just excellent every time. She turns quickly. She obviously had that 5-star, which it's just unreal. Explosive as well, so you can't really pick a much better left back.
I mean, the fact that she's 5'3" though, was that not a problem for you?
So it didn't bother me too much. Mm-hmm. So crossing, obviously heading, that's your big issue. But because she's so quick on a turn, it seemed to counteract a lot of those over the top through balls, which is fine. And as long as you can sort of stay jockeyed and keep people tight on the wings, it wasn't too much of an issue. Obviously, you're gonna concede more than if you've got a 6'5" left back in at the back post. But for those, it sort of outweighed the good way that outweighed the bad, definitely for me.
And then in terms of going forward, then I mean, she has the whipped pass, and unfortunately, I've decided to nerf headers. I mean, I'm sure you're like me, a Scotsman. There's nothing better than a headed goal, is there?
No, absolutely not. We at the back stick. Just get up and leave a mark.
So was she much in attack for you, or did you play her mostly staying back?
So it was sort of mostly defensive, which I know probably wouldn't be the best use out of her. But it was one of those, because she was versatile, and I I could put her further up the park and play her at a left midfield because I was playing 4-4-2 at the time. So I could move her into that left mid role, and she could chop and change. It was sort of a depending on where she was playing. It was defensive at the left back, but if it did need to be moved up into attack, she could also play that role very well.
And then in terms of that, and so who did she play beside then at centre back? Then who did you have potentially covering those high balls?
So it was Gold Van Dyke, because although I said no Theo Hernandez, I wasn't quite cutting myself at the knee that badly. So yeah, so he took care of 99% of the headers. That was.
And did you Evo her at all, or did she just?
I didn't. She stayed pure, and as she was meant to, with that foot birthday colour. That was.
And then just on that, who actually replaced her? Do you know?
Who was it? It must have been team of the season. The worst thing is, I think it was a team of the season Evo'd Theo Hernandez.
All right, okay. So
which
we'll call you Mr. Meta, I think, at the moment.
Yes, it went very meta, but I tried to pretend that I wasn't when I was using her. That was.
So Theo Hernandez, is that who's replaced her then? So she's still in the club, but I take it. I mean, she must be tradable though, mustn't she? If she's in a preview pack.
She is tradable. Yes, yeah.
Okay, I mean,
I don't like that I had to check that, although she was in a preview pack, so that was not using my heat there. But no,
I mean, she was
500 games strong.
500 games. Can you tell how many goals she's got? Is she or assists?
6
goals, and how many assists then has she got?
53. So not great returns, but that's not what she's there for.
Because normally you'd think left back going to pick that one that's special. It's somebody who's got me a lot of goals or that, but just the fact is that she was high rated at the time, or
it wasn't her contributions for that assist or that goal. It was. For some reason, I just always seem to do very well with her. I'm very much it matters over your mind of who instead of who the actual player is. It's the same with goalkeepers. If you play your first 5 games and the goalkeeper has a howler, you'll never like him. Whereas if the goalkeeper plays incredibly for your first 5 games, no matter how many goals he lets in, you'll always go, oh well, he's smashing. It was just an off game. I think it's very much like that.
And just finally on the bash one, is she a card that you've used quite a lot, or is this the first season you've really used her?
So I used her last year. Just her gold card. I don't believe I had a special version last year, but I've used her sort of at the start of the game as well. I had the gold card in, so I have used her sort of sporadically through the year and through the seasons, definitely.
And then, so I mean, it's a great card. It's a card that I've really, really enjoyed using in the past. As I say, I'm so sorry that EA have decided to nerf headers, and you never know, maybe in FC26 we might see a return. But as I always ask people, do you have an honourable mention?
So mine would definitely be Winter Wildcard Z Roberto. Now, it was one of those again. I played him at left back. Was it his best role? Definitely not. But for the first 5 or 6 games I used him for, he was just incredible. So I think it was and he had the Santa hat. What more could you ask for?
What could you? I mean, he was an SBC, wasn't he? That one, 300.
He was. I believe it was 6 squads, if I recall properly.
321,000. It was in terms of coins.
That's it. It was a fairly. I was going to say it was fairly cheap at the time, fodder wise, because I think that was a point when people had quite a bit of fodder coming into the Christmas sort of period. So it was an easy choice to do him. Santa hat, bit of dribbling up the left hand side, can't go wrong.
And again, did you Evo that player then?
No, absolutely not. I was going to say you'll begin to get a theme about my team. There's very few Evos.
I'm just wondering if you'd actually Evo'd any St Johnstone players in your team.
I've done one Evo for St Johnstone players, and it was Duke McKenna, who's left us now. He was on loan from Harrogate Town. what a player he was. You seen him frequent round Perth City Centre, to be fair. He enjoyed a bet, did Duke McKenna. I'm assuming not on himself.
So we've just outed Duke McKenna there. Sorry, Duke, if you happen to be listening. We've upset Lionel Messi and now Duke McKenna.
I do apologise, Lionel. I've said you a Christmas care.
I mean, that's sometimes two names you wouldn't expect to hear in the same sentence, was Lionel Messi and Duke McKenna, but they have been mentioned tonight.
It's two different levels of player. I mean, you've got the technical flair of Duke McKenna, and you've got, well, Lionel Messi. So,
oh, brilliant! That's so brilliant, Cadyn. Thank you, mate, for that one. That will really upset Lionel. He may even leave the Discord now.
That's it. Don't unsubscribe for the Patreon. No.
Exactly. I mean, just on that then. So, who is your current left back? Can you tell us?
My current left back is still going strong at a 94 rated Theo Hernandez, because no matter who you pack, he will always be better than them.
You are Mr. Meta. We've got 97, 98 rated Davies that plays for Bayern Munich, and you're still rocking that meta, Theo Hernandez. What can I say, mate?
That's it, and I can tell you which one will play better.
And just are you joining us again for the next year's version of the game?
I am indeed. It's been pre-ordered thanks to the Discord. It's dragged me back for another year.
And just on that then, so I mean, as I say, you are a very good player, and just wondered, what is your hopes for next year's game?
Just on that, I want to keep it balanced for everyone. I don't love meta style tactics. There was about a month just coming up to May. It was about April, March time where the game was just really, really fun. It was that patch that just everyone was really enjoying the game for about that month. If we could get 12 months of that, that would make my day.
Were you one of the lucky ones who got a beta code, or?
I did not. No, unfortunately not. I did get one last year and the year before that, I believe. So I can't be too picky. But no, not this year.
So for you, it's just a fast-paced game, plenty of goals, or are you looking for something just a wee bit more tactical? Because as you say, that patch coming, I think it just speeded the game up, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It just allowed it to be a bit more free-flowing. So that's what I like. You can sit and pass the ball round the back all game. Anyone can do that, but it takes someone to think quickly and make those 3 passes that will get you on the front foot to score a goal.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Look, mate, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hopefully we'll catch up soon. You never know, maybe in November time. We can't say too much on that. But if anybody's interested, come and join the Discord. There'll be plenty of information in there. And you never know, there may be a Crete 26, he says, kind of winking ever so slightly. So, if you're interested in any of these trips, and if you want to meet Cadyn in real life, and why would you not? He's an absolute diamond of a guy. Join the Patreon. Look us up at patreon.com, FUT IN Review. But Cadyn, there is one thing left for us to do, and that is to...
Drop it.
Drop it. F-U-T. F-U-T. F-F-F-U-T. F-U-T. T. Interview.